So I don't want to focus on being on Jake. Oh, Jake's small, so that makes me confident. Jake's this, so that makes me confident. I don't focus on myself. I'm confident in myself. Jake could be deep, so I'm confident in myself. It's not about how he is.
Yeah, it's long run. Do some pads today? Yes, sir. Do some pads, yeah. We're going to do some pads today. And then technique and all that stuff, you know? No fight is easy. No matter how hard you train and how... You just got to get lucky. You know, so what we're training for now is just to get lucky.
The countdown is on, and the boxing world is buzzing. 5 days away from a clash that could shake the heavyweight scene to its core. Anthony Joshua is in beast mode, hammering his power, stamina, and precision with relentless focus, every punch sharper than the last. Meanwhile, Jake Paul is a whirlwind of speed and timing, dissecting every angle, every movement, determined to dominate when the bell rings. Confidence radiates from his camp as he visualizes victory, believing his meticulous preparation and razor-sharp instincts could stun the world. The stage is set, and nothing will hold them back.
The fact that it's a harder challenge for me. People had a lot of excuses against Gervonta and, oh, it's a smaller guy, blah, 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 the weight difference. And now I flip-flop the roles. Everyone thinks I'm going to die, and they don't know what I'm capable of. And so being the underdog and being able to go in there and showcase what I'm going to do to Anthony is more exciting for me.
Anthony Joshua steps into the gym fully aware. No fight is ever easy, and victory demands everything. He respects Jake Paul as a dangerous opponent and attacks every training session with laser-sharp focus and intensity. Every jab, every hook, and every drill is executed with ruthless precision, refining his technique, maximizing power, and building unstoppable endurance. AJ pushes past limits, sweat and grit fueling his determination. Nothing is left to chance. Every movement is intentional, every strike calculated. He prepares with the seriousness and respect that only true champions give, ready to face Jake Paul head-on and prove why he belongs at the very top.
How much work goes into them sessions. It's going to be a tough fight. No fight is easy. No matter how hard you train and how... You just got to get lucky. You know, so what we're training for now is just to get lucky. Miss a punch that could hurt, two of a punch that could hurt you. So it's kind of like when they say all in the bank.
The countdown to one of the most shocking matchups in boxing history is relentless, and Jake Paul is stepping into the spotlight radiating unshakable confidence. In a recent interview, he boldly declared that he believes he can knock out Anthony Joshua, pointing to the heavyweight's past vulnerabilities. Paul reminded the world that AJ has been hurt by smaller fighters before, suggesting that even a legend can be tested. Every word he utters drips with conviction. He knows the power behind his punches and believes his preparation has sharpened both skill and instinct to perfection. This audacious declaration has set the tone for a fight that fans, analysts, and critics are watching with bated breath. But beyond the fists and footwork lies a deeper battle, the psychological warfare. Jake's public pronouncements serve a dual purpose. They boost his own confidence while trying to plant seeds of doubt in Joshua's mind. On the other side, AJ remains calm, measured, and methodical, displaying the poise of a seasoned champion who understands that hype and external noise are part of the game. This mental tug-of-war is just as crucial as any combination thrown in the ring, shaping momentum, strategy, and outcomes. Analysts agree. The psychological layer of this clash makes it far more compelling than a typical showdown, adding an edge that could determine who ultimately stands victorious.
Three in his style, and styles make fights. We all know that. He's lost to guys who are shorter mostly and lighter mostly, and faster than him. I see holes in his game. I see punches that I can land that can hurt him. Now, he can definitely land punches on me, knock me out. He's more experienced, Olympic gold medalist, two-time heavyweight champion of the world. This is definitely insane. I have to fight a perfect fight to be able to beat this guy, but I think that I'm capable of that. And to me, at the end of the day, all of this is experience, all of this is fun, all of this is getting in there and continuing to improve my skills as I work toward a world championship in my own weight class. I'm fighting at heavyweight. At the end of the day, I'm going in there and I'm getting better.
You're fighting at heavyweight, and you cut off real quickly whenever you said you're fighting at heavyweight. How much weight is that more? How much heavier are you fighting at this for this particular fight?
Yes, I'm fighting like 50 pounds out of my weight class. Normally I fight at 200, and Anthony Joshua will be around 250.
Okay, so this fight's happening. There's people that have mentioned like there's no way this fight is actually happening, just strictly because of what you just said right there. I mean, the weight difference, everything else. Signing up for this because you're supposed to fight somebody else. Tank backs out. Now you fight Anthony Joshua. I think there's a lot of people that think this is all some gimmick because of what you just said right there. This is not the case. You understand that you're going in there with a man who's not supposed to fight somebody that is at your weight. He's supposed to be fighting heavier people that are bigger people, which in theory, stronger people, maybe more durable people. There's weight classes for a reason. In your mind, that is just, hey, this is a challenge I need to take on. That's kind of the mindset that you've taken.
Yeah, for sure. Fight is definitely happening first and foremost. We're 9 days away right now, but at the end of the day, I like fighting.
Boxing legends David Haye and Johnny Nelson broke down the immense stakes of the Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua showdown, highlighting the crushing pressure on both fighters. For Joshua, there's zero room for error. Every round demands dominance, every punch must land with power and precision, and even the slightest slip could harm his legacy as a former world champion. Haye and Nelson emphasized that AJ carries the weight of expectation, needing a decisive performance to maintain credibility and respect. In contrast, Jake Paul enters with far less pressure. As the underdog, any success he achieves is magnified, turning every landed punch into a statement. Yet, the analysts warned, Paul is stepping into a ring with a true heavyweight powerhouse, placing himself in genuine danger. Joshua, meanwhile, must execute near flawlessly, proving why he belongs at the top while facing a brash, confident challenger ready to make history.
Joshua can't win in round 3. Anthony Joshua needs to win in the first round and win devastating. He can't be getting with shots, he can't get him pushed back. He has to have the cleanest performance.
And if it lasts that long, Jake Paul needs to be holding on to it for dear life to last that long.
Yeah, so
Jake Paul commercially has just as much to lose and can put a commercial elevation. If he does anything less, be his best. Commercially, he doesn't need Jake Paul.
I think the pressure's on Jake Paul. The pressure's not on Anthony Joshua. Sorry, the pressure's on Anthony Joshua. The pressure is not on Jake Paul because no one's expecting Jake Paul to do anything. So he's whatever happens, he's gone out there and done something extraordinary. He's put himself in harm's way, to try to achieve this crazy goal. So but Anthony Joshua, on the other hand, he's only doing it for the cash, the money. That's cool.
Yeah.
But he can't look bad. He can't get knocked down. He can't get a cut. He can't be missing wildly. He has to have a punch-perfect performance to justify, just like Ngannou. If he has the same performance against Ngannou,
job's done.
The job's done. But is he going to be motivated enough to be able to switch on? Because he was razor sharp. I was there ringside with you watching that fight. That was as sharp as I've seen AJ look.
And the other thing is, Ngannou looked scary. Jake Paul doesn't.
Yeah.
And Ngannou was thick, thick,
big,
that wide.
big,
I was interviewing him, so next thing thinking, you're getting with him. Yeah. And you're now thinking, this guy gets one shot off. Jake Paul doesn't have any of that about him. So you're not looking at him thinking,
Well, if you look at Jake Paul's training footage, he puts out snippets all over his kind of social media and on YouTube. It looks like his secret weapon for the fight against AJ is his jab.
Both fighters are pushing themselves to absolute limits in their training camps, leaving nothing to chance. Analysts, including Henry, have closely examined Jake Paul's regimen, noting that while his heavy bag sessions are visually impressive, raw power on a bag doesn't guarantee success against a seasoned heavyweight like Anthony Joshua. Henry warned fans not to be fooled by highlight reels. Real fight scenarios demand timing, resilience, and adaptability that only ring experience provides. Paul's confidence is high, but the ultimate test awaits when he steps face-to-face with AJ. Meanwhile, Anthony Joshua's preparation is methodical and precise, even after periods away from the ring. Every session hones endurance, sharpens technique, and perfects defense, demonstrating that experience and disciplined skill development are irreplaceable at this level. The stark contrast between Paul's unconventional, flashy approach and Joshua's time-tested, heavyweight-focused training creates a gripping narrative. Fans are not just witnessing a fight, they're watching a clash of styles, strategy, and mentality, setting the stage for a truly unpredictable showdown.
Recently released.
It's got a lot of people getting quite excited in the comments in particular saying, wow, he's improved so much. Look at the technique. He actually might cause problems. You know, the sort of wide-eyed emoji. Is he going to cause an upset? Now, look, I don't give two shits how you look on the heavy bag. I'm going to be very honest with you. Do you know how many guys I see in the boxing gym I train in who look absolutely sensational on the heavy bag and then wouldn't last 2 seconds against Anthony Joshua? The thing that the average person fails to understand is that looking good on the heavy bag, sure, it means you have a fundamental understanding of boxing technique, and clearly Jake has improved in that area. You'd hope so after years and years of training. The thing that people don't understand about boxing is when you actually get in the ring with someone who's trying to beat you, who's trying to punch you in the face and break you, suddenly holding that shape becomes much, much more difficult when you're getting hit by shots, when you're taking them to the guard, when you're having to move your legs constantly, and more importantly, as you get tired. Even the best pros start to lose their shape when fatigue kicks in. That's why more knockouts can happen later as the fight goes on. So look, yeah, I did think he looked nice on the heavy bag. He was moving his feet well. His balance looked good. His hand positioning was good when he was throwing. His chin was tucked in. All the things you really look for in basic technique. Does it mean he has a hope in hell of being Anthony Joshua? Absolutely not. But at the same time, I'll admit, I understand what the hype is about. He looked pretty nice in that clip. Many people can, is my point. Final thing to address is this rumor that's been going around. I think it was Johnny Nelson who started it, that Don Charles has been brought into Jake Paul's training camp. There's been some news articles about it. To be honest with you, I've not seen any photos. I've not seen any footage. I've seen absolutely nothing to indicate that Don Charles has been part of that camp. And in fact, Don Charles was tagged in a photo on Instagram a few days ago at an event he was at a boxing gym near Watford in the UK. So clearly he's not been actually involved in the camp. Will Jake Paul fly him out for fight week to try and disrupt Anthony Joshua? I mean, it's entirely possible. Obviously, Don Charles coached Daniel Dubois to the victory over Joshua. It was one of Joshua's...
Veteran Paulie Malignaggi, alongside analysts like Duke McKenzie and Johnny Nelson, has laid it out clearly. While Jake Paul oozes confidence, the real pressure is on Anthony Joshua. AJ isn't just fighting. He's defending his legacy against an unpredictable, audacious opponent. Malignaggi emphasizes that preparation alone won't beat Joshua's raw power, experience, and focus. Every expert agrees, this isn't a guaranteed win for Paul. Joshua's seriousness, discipline, and desire to dominate make him a relentless force in the ring. Even if Jake lands early success, the stakes and scrutiny are immense. AJ is there to teach, to dominate, to assert control, leaving nothing to chance. Fans are in for a dramatic, high-intensity spectacle that blends skill, strategy, and mental warfare. Don't miss a single moment of this epic showdown. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and share this video with every boxing fan you know, because this is the fight everyone will be talking about.